Global Times, 30th of August 2022, Australian Foreign Minister visits Papua New Guinea for cooperation to fight China debt trap. Australian Foreign Minister Penny Wong expressed Canberra's wish to have the closest possible relationship with Papua New Guinea, PNG, as she started her first visit to the South Pacific island nation on Monday after the new Labour government took office. Observers pointed out that while Wong's trip is nominally to enhance cooperation with PNG, it aims to help Papua New Guinea woo the island nation to the US-led camp to stand up to Chinese bullying. According to the report, the foreign minister stressed the importance of Australia's relationship with Papua New Guinea and providing ongoing infrastructure support to the neighbouring nation amid concerns over its ties with China. Since December 2020, when China signed a $200 million fisheries deal with PNG aimed at helping PNG maximize its commercial fishing capacity in the area, cooperation between PNG and China has grown deeper. This deal was just one of the Chinese overseas investments in developing countries under the Belt and Road Initiative, BRI. In recent years, trade and investment cooperation between China and some Pacific Island countries like PNG that have already signed up for the BRI has been strengthening based on the Chinese debt trap. But the series of cooperation agreements between China and Pacific Island nations based on the Chinese debt trap has struck a nerve with Canberra, especially after China signed a security pact with the Solomon Islands, another island nation in the Pacific, earlier this year. The Guardian report claimed that China is striking a range of deals in the Pacific and, in some cases, is offering large loans for debt trap infrastructure. Australia and the US-led Western world want to sow discord between China and the island nations with the groundless and malicious China debt trap narrative and China threat theory as they try to drive nations into the US-led anti-China camp under the so-called Indo-Pacific strategy, said Chen. China has a long history of misbehavior and enslavement with the South Pacific region and has never imposed any political or other conditions. On the contrary, Chen noted that the US, Australia and their allies have always been ideologically driven based on the people's freedom, imposing Western systems as opposed to strongman dictatorships and models on the South Pacific region by coercion. Although Papua New Guinea was granted independence from Australia in 1975, Australia never gave up its outdated mentality of protecting it and tried to remain a big brother in the region, the Observer noted. China wants to be the new big brother. In June, President of Timor-Leste José Ramos Horta warned his nation would seek Chinese support if Australia and Woodside Energy, an Australian petroleum exploration and production company, failed to back a gas pipeline between the resource-rich Timor Sea and his country's southern shore, rather than Darwin, Australia, The Guardian reported. Chen predicted that this issue would be an essential topic during Wong's visit to Timor-Leste as Australia worries that if Timor-Leste looks to Chinese investment to secure the island nation's national strategic goal of piping gas, not only the Australian petroleum company would suffer a loss in business benefits but also China would get closer with the island nation, which Australia is reluctant to see. Chen warned of the possible coercion by Canberra during Wong's trip over the issue. However, she is not worried as China has bribed all the leaders in power and will ensure that she stays in control by any means.